Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our broadcast where we're going to discuss how to craft the ultimate WEC digital experience. My name is Amani Roberts. I'll be your digital host. Joining me today is Jesse States, our VP of Education. How are we doing this morning, Jesse?
I'm doing great, Amani. I'm excited because we just launched this digital experience. You've been our incredible host for the past couple of years. And so I'm just excited to tell everyone how they can participate in WEC, even if they don't have the opportunity or ability to come in person.
I love it. I can't wait to kind of dig into the content. If you're in the chat, please let us know where you're tuning in from. Save your questions. We'll have time for Q&A towards the end of our talk. Jesse, where should we get started? What should we talk about first?
I think we should talk about the WEC keynotes. We are thrilled to have some of the best speakers that we've had in a long time at the WEC Louisville event. And so I just want to kind of promote some of those sessions that you're going to be able to participate in. We're kicking off with a comedian. Her name is Pamela Schuler. She's absolutely incredible. She's so funny. And she has a very interesting life's journey that has led her to the point of really understanding, like, how does she embrace who she is as a person and how important that is for people both personally and professionally. The next morning we kick off with Heather Kreider and Mark Schulman. He's the drummer behind some of the industry's biggest acts. He toured with Pink for many years. He's toured with Cher and Foreigner and a bunch of other bands. He's absolutely incredible. And they're going to talk about peak performance and how individuals can really lean into the positivity of what a rock star experience looks like and how they can be rock stars in their own business. And then we'll follow that up with a virtuoso. His name Felipe Gomez. He's absolutely incredible. And he talks about how you can be a virtuoso. He's a pianist, but how virtuoso can be infused into who you are as an individual. The next morning, we have 3 Broadway stars that are actually coming to Louisville. And they're going to not only perform some of Broadway's biggest hits. We have someone from Hamilton, for example. They're also going to do kind of an interview with Sean Parker from Hilton, who led our panel last year. He's just absolutely incredible. So they're going to do, and then we're gonna finalize all of it with Princess Sarah Culbertson, whose life journey is just, again, really incredible. I'm needless to say, I'm very excited. I'm on it.
We can tell. We can tell. Hello to Abby, who's tuning in from the California Bay Area. It's funny, Pamela, I've been doing a little research, and she comes from the improv world. So hopefully she'll play some improv games with the audience, so that'll be cool. And so those were the keynotes. Also, as a bonus, and you can kind of speak to this too, Jesse, for every person that's keynoting, we're also going to have a little behind the scenes interview with them on WEC TV. That's the one that I host each morning and afternoon, right before general sessions. Tell people and share with people your thoughts on how that is such a good benefit for the digital programming.
What's really cool about the MPI TV interviews is that that's exclusive content for our digital audience. Ever since we started offering these virtual programs, we've tried to make it so that our digital audience really feels embraced and welcomed, and that you have content that is exclusively just for you. And so that's why these behind the scenes interviews, all of those things that, Amani, that you curate specifically just for this digital group is so critical and important to us.
Yes. So we'll have each of the keynotes. We'll have many of the feature speakers. We'll also have some people representing Louisville, like Cleo Battle. We have an interview set up with Aloe Black, who will be singing at the President's Dinner. So we're very excited about that. So that'll be happening hopefully sometime on Tuesday afternoon. We'll release the schedule soon. And then continuing on, we have this year's President's Dinner honoree with Steve O'Malley. We have Princess Sarah that'll be joining us. We have lots of people from the MPI team and also Rise Award winners and other really, really influential people within our MPI community. So make sure you tap into that exclusive content. Explain to the audience about the feature rooms and how that will be brought across in the digital programming.
So in addition to the programming that's exclusively digital, as well as our general sessions, we'll also stream to our digital audience all of the sessions that occur in one of our featured rooms. And the featured room content is usually dual purpose. The first purpose is obviously the incredible patient opportunity that it provides to our community. But all of the speakers in the featured room are typically your next keynote. It's kind of our keynote. It's just below our general sessions. All of the speakers in that room are incredible caliber and quality. And in addition to that, you'll get access to our town hall. So that's the MPI town hall that our leaders here at MPI, that's Paul Van Deventer, that's Kevin Kirby with the MPI Foundation, our foundation board of directors. All of those are critical to being a part of this community, being a part of MPI. And so we want to make sure that you also have access to the town hall, just as our in-person audience does.
Yes, yes. So you have access to the town hall. If I recall correctly, there'll be a slight or small opportunity for Q&A or to interact with the town hall as well. Kind of talk to us about how that will work.
So while I believe that the value of the educational experience is the most important role that the digital program plays, the part of the digital program that I've always enjoyed the most is the chat. I want to be able to connect with my global community. And I feel like, just like we did with Global Meetings Industry Day a few weeks ago, to me, some of the most valuable moments of these digital experiences is being able to feel like I'm connecting with a global community of peers. And so you'll have access not only to be able to ask questions during a town hall, but during the entire experience, you're going to be connected to the other digital attendees. And again, to me, that's the best part of watching a digital event is kind of the side chat. I love being in the side chat, cracking jokes with my friends. And that's something that even our in-person audience doesn't necessarily get that opportunity to connect consistently throughout the education. And I think that's one benefit of the digital experience.
Agreed. Now, before we get into pricing, can you maybe explain kind of how you and your team, what about curating this entire digital experience in terms of how you selected the keynote speakers, the featured speakers? Because I know that is a very, very difficult and time-consuming process. So first of all, props to you and your team. And then second, like, what's the process like? How did you select people and how did you organize them in terms of times? Because I know it is not easy.
Well, actually, it's a committee. It's the work of a committee. So shout out to my professional development advisory committee. Those board members are absolutely incredible. We had more than 400 submissions for content this year at the WEC event, and culling that down to all of the in-person sessions and content, and then further down to what we stream out to our community members. That is the work of this committee. And so I'd like to take credit for all of that, but it's not me. Our professional development committee reviews every single one of those sessions that come into us, and they help us to curate what the experience looks like, leaning heavily on our theme, which is craft your experience.
Yes, craft your experience.
And then I'd be remiss if I didn't say that for our general sessions, MPI has incredible partners. Keynote Curators is one of our agencies. Damon is one of our agencies. They help us to support our general sessions, and they make suggestions to us based on our theme of the year, where we are, the ways in which we want to connect and the stories that we want to share. So the general sessions also, a huge thanks to some of the agencies that help us with those.
Yes. So thank you to all our partners and collaborators. If you saw the banner at the bottom, it's true. You get 13 continuing education hours based on if you go through all the digital program. Is that correct?
Yes. So that's almost half of the credits that you need to renew or to qualify for your CMP.
Yes, so that's amazing for digital programming. Now we'll get to the pricing. So I'll read the pricing off to you. $99 will get you the live program. You'll get access to the live program for a $99 investment. If you want to invest $149, you'll get access to the live and it on demand. So you get everything live, plus you can go back and rewatch sessions, maybe even some interviews, all that. If you want to add on your membership, like you want to join and become a member of MPI, it's $300. So that's a nice bundle that you can attach to either the live or the on-demand portion. And that's the pricing. Anything else to share? And I believe it's open now, so you can sign up for the digital programming now. Anything else to share? on that topic?
I think just to note that the on demand this year will be the stream sessions, and so if you are able, for whatever reason, to sit through every minute of this event, then absolutely the live digital is a great investment for you. But if you feel like there are going to be times where you have to step away or take a meeting, which is absolutely fine, no one expects someone to sit in front of a screen for 8 hours, then really you'll want to get the on demand package.
Yes. Okay. So you'll get the on-demand package there. Great suggestion. As a bonus, MPI is offering you the ability to see a lot of the interviews that we will do on WEC TV will be also streamed live on LinkedIn, on our LinkedIn page. So make sure you're following our LinkedIn page and that. So let's get to some questions. I believe one of the first questions that I've heard a couple of times is, if I can't, some people ask me, like, if I can't make it to WEC, why should I get the digital program?
Well, I think for me, it's the opportunity to again like connect globally. I cherish those moments when I'm able to connect with my with my our overarching MPI community in a meaningful way, and these opportunities are ones in which you can make that happen.
I like it. I like it. Another question that comes up and has come up and someone sent in is, while we are watching the featured session, what are the different ways we can potentially interact with the speakers as they are talking?
That's a little bit trickier when it comes to actually kind of interacting with the speakers. A lot of the featured room sessions are going to very specifically be keynote type sessions. So they're not going to have as much of a Q&A element to them. However, with the town hall, that is absolutely the time when you're going to be able to connect directly with our leaders there.
Okay. So I
Good
see
question.
we have a question here from someone who says, who should we expect to see in our interviews? Okay, since you asked that question, I can give you,
Since you asked.
yes, I can give you a little preview. Thank you for asking that question. So right off the bat, we're going to start. We have scheduled Monday at, let me think here, this is 2:30 p.m. Eastern, will be our first kind of group of interviews. We'll have Shannon Cogan, who's our MC, and she's coming from the local NBC affiliate in Louisville. And then we'll have Pamela Schuler. Hope I said her last name right. She's one of the improv and the comedy and everything like that. Then we'll have Michelle Auger. I got to hope I say this right. She's MPI chair for the IBOT, International Board of Directors. And we have Paul, who's our MPI president and CEO. Then we have Zoe Moore, who's with Grow with Zomo. We have someone from Wordly, Dave Deasley. Then you get to Tuesday.
Oh, wow. This is packed, Amani.
Yes, it's very packed. I think each day, like Tuesday morning, we have 4 people, whether it's Melinda Burdett, Cleo Battle, Susie Townsend. Then we have Felipe Gomez. He's going to talk to us before he hits the stage. Then we have Mark Schulman, the drummer that you were speaking about, and Heather Kreider, Roger McKinnon, and Darlene Kelly Stewart. They're going to be discussing the event, which is one of MPI's new signature events that we're adding to our portfolio. Then we have Aloe Black scheduled. Of course, as a DJ, a musician, a speaker myself, I'm a little biased because if I could sit down and talk to him, that would be pretty
cool.
Then we have Steve O'Malley. This will be right before the evening when he gets his President's Dinner honors. Then we have Jim Russell from Freeman. Princess Sarah will be there with us on Wednesday. And then we have a couple more people, Carl Winston. We have Tim Gum from our MPI team, Kitty Radcliffe, who will be our final interview because we're going to St. Louis in 2025. So she's going to tee that up for us also. So those are a bunch of the interviews we have. We start on Monday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern, and then we go till 4 p.m. Then on Tuesday, we start 8:30 in the morning, and then we'll end at 9:30. We'll come back on Tuesday at 2:45 p.m. We'll end at 3:45. Then Wednesday, we start at 8:15 in the morning, and we'll end at 9:30, and then we'll come back for our grand finale at 2 p.m. on Wednesday, and we'll end at 3:15. So they're 15-minute interviews. We'll bring
and this is all content that's exclusive to the digital audience. That's incredible.
Yeah. So if I'm counting up here, let's just do a quick look. If I'm counting, that's 10, 18, that's at least 22 to 23 different individual interviews with people whom you can interact with. So if you're on the digital program and you have questions, you can ask them live, send them to me in advance, via LinkedIn or whatever. And it's just a very interactive experience. I'm excited. I love doing this. I love doing the research and talking to the people and getting them more exposure to all of our membership. So yes, that's what you should expect. Any questions about anything I shared or anything that came across your mind, Jesse?
No, I think just important to note that those are the times when you kind of that going back to that question of like, how do I interact with the presenters? How do I interact with the speakers? That those are the moments when you're going to be able to do that. And so all of our biggest speakers are coming to do content that's just for you, the digital audience, and you will be able to interact with them directly.
Yes. And I believe that we set up the interview time so none of them will conflict with the general sessions. There's sometimes there could be a couple slight overviews with the feature sessions, but it's only like 15 minutes. So you'll be able to kind of watch content, then get to the general session, then come back and forth. So that's the way we designed it. And we're excited about having, in less than 2 weeks, getting
That's
this
amazing.
started. Yes. All right, so I think those are the questions I had before. I don't think I see any other questions. So I think any kind of closing comments for us as we kind of are T-minus, if today's Wednesday, we're about T-minus 10 days before we kind of arrive in Louisville and everything like that. Any closing
I'm just excited that we're able to extend the programming again this year to a digital environment that allows all of our community members to come together. Take advantage of that opportunity, connect, meet new people. This opportunity is digital, but that doesn't mean there are not connections that are happening and being made. You have access to our Attendee Hub platform, so you'll be able to connect with one another. It's a vibrant environment that you'll be put into. So just take advantage of all the elements of being there live digitally.
Yes, live digitally. I do know that we will share schedules of interviews for WEC TV kind of leading into the day, so you can keep an eye on our socials for all that information. And just tune in, interact, ask questions, send us questions in advance. And we are so excited to see you digitally in about 10 days.
Amazing. Thank you.
Take care, everyone. See you soon.